Okay, guys, welcome back. I fixed the internet. No worries, our memes can flow freely. Up here in the top left-hand corner, we've got our Purple Terran for the final series of the night. He's taken down his opponent before. Can he do it again? It is...
Dust Gaming, Spectre. And his opponent spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of our screen, the Prion Terrace's Orange Protoss. It's Panda Gaming, desRow.
Yeah, so it's a little embarrassing, but after all this drama that's been happening on the back end, I've been tethering my phone internet to try and desperately gather those last packets of information to be able to bring this stream to you guys. Turned out I was casters do have legs, actually. It's they are vestigial, but they exist, and I was dangling my vestigial caster legs. I dangled them over my Ethernet cable and kicked out the back of my computer. So after all this time, probably could have just avoided this by plugging it back in. But anyway,
you know, it is tough to have internet when you're not plugged in, and it's one of those things, and I'm sure most of you out there have experienced this, where there'll be a problem and it'll always be something stupid. I worked at the back of a bowling alley fixing the machines, and because they always break, and you just kind of hang out back out there, and like all of a sudden when your machine stops working, I was the guy who went in to fix it, and you just sort of hang out back there, and they call something. And the first day on the job, my friend who was training me at the time, he just said, no matter what happens, think of the stupidest possible thing that could be wrong and check that first, because it almost always is the stupid thing. And invariably, it was happened all the time. I would be like thinking too complicated and be like, oh, this thing just got jumbled up and it was unplugged. No expert like knowledge of how the machine works necessary. Just make sure it's all plugged in. Like, there we go.
I spent a very long time trying to fix my grandmother's iPhone via email exchanges and phone exchanges with a regular phone before she showed me how she was using it. She wasn't putting it up to her head. She'd hold it at arm's length and kind of talking to it. Hello? Not even in a raised voice, just, hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. It says it's connected. I think I'm ringing you. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll just hang up. Yeah.
Oh man, that's a whole lot of classic all round up in one. The holding the phone. Yeah, my grandparents as well. Actually, I one side of my family I have 26 aunts and uncles, and the other side I have 2. Wow. So one set of my grandparents would always be talking too softly, and the other one would always be like yelling into the phone, like just in case. Like we're like miles away, so I'm gonna have to yell really loud. And it was very easy to tell which grandparent my mother or father was on the phone with at the time, because you could hear it from the other room.
Nice.
But in any case, we do have a game of StarCraft here.
Aside, a game of StarCraft has been being played under our very noses, no less. Those crafty
Actually, mine's in front of my nose. I don't. Under my nose is my other hand. It's just kind of resting on the desk. I don't know about you.
Let's see. Yeah.
Is your monitor underneath your nose?
Yeah, mostly. Like the top bit's kind of above my nose, but
oh, that's true.
I should get a bit more of one stand, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, pretty normal Spectre opening up with a safety cyclone. desRow not doing anything that really requires a safety cyclone to defend. So I mean, I'd chalk that up to a slight win for desRow. So far, things just progressing as per usual.
Yeah, that Chrono Boost really kicking in. desRow taking a break from pro production just for a bit here. Gonna go ahead and get perfectly up to that 16, 3, and 3 in each base, that 44 workers, before going ahead and moving on. And the Reaper poked in, got a little bit of scouting information, but not the Twilight Council, which is a bit on the unfortunate side. Was only allowed to see. Oh, excuse me. Was not the forge that was scattered. Sometimes I mix up my buildings. That was one of those moments. Stalkers coming out here. Very similar to our first match. This small group of Blink Stalkers going to move out and do a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, and that Reaper has survived through a lot. It's going to be useful. At least just hold this watchtower. Maybe come back in for a later scout. But Spectre might have suspicions that desRow is going for a third base now, having seen all those units in that vicinity. I mean, desRow seems to have his style, and he likes to stick to it. Blink Stalkers into Templar Archive, Psystorm, and yeah, maybe he's going to add in Colossi again as the game goes further.
Yeah, as the Dank meme has spoken, Storm good unit, and we have seen some good unit storms being laid down upon Terran units. In the past, hasn't been enough to win the match yet. Ooh, these Stalkers are in a nice position, but it looks like the medevac is not in snipeable range here. Unfortunately, nice bit of Blink Micro. Going to keep all this alive for the time being and prepare for the defense.
Yeah, I mean, this Siege Tankovac is going to add an extra little avenue for Spectre to pressure.
Just getting out of that scan range. Nicely done with this Observer. Not going to be too critical because no Widow Mines in this force, but Observers are quite valuable and you want to use your Robo Time with other things. A single tank beginning to carve away at the Photon Overcharge. Nicely done. Ooh, gonna focus down the Mothership Core.
Very, very nice. And yeah, that'll net him the Nexus. desRow is going to be hard pressed to actually save this. Spectre, though, he's looking for the engagement. Could have just focused down the Nexus and got away, but oh, that storm lands. desRow just in time, and
just barely getting out of there with the tank too. That was a nice blink forward from desRow. Excellently defended overall. A lot of damage on the Nexus. Couple pylons go down, but all in all, he's in a pretty nice position. During the attack, though, Spectre has managed to build a third command center, and we'll be getting those wonderful gold minerals right away. desRow trying to get a pause here, and will succeed.
Yeah. But yeah, so Spectre's taking his gold base as well, and the mineral income generally benefits Terrans a bit more. We can see desRow do, like, I mean, it's pretty much only Zealots for Protoss that just cost minerals, and obviously it's only Marines that just cost gas for Terran, but Marines are like a core part of pretty much any Terran army composition, or most Terran army compositions apart from mech.
Whereas mech is currently not doing well, so you're not going to see it.
Zealots you don't usually see as like the main bulk of the army, except in like some Zealot Archon stuff, which tends to scale off, and especially not in desRow's games so far. You see more Blink Stalkers or Adepts being the core army with a couple power units to support High Templar, Colossi, and the like.
Yep. Nice position of this Observer is going to be able to scout that potential fourth base timing. And both of these players right now feel like they have a right to be out on the map, but it turns out only one of them does. And we will find out through rigorous testing of battle who it is the map belongs to.
By combat.
Yes, indeed. Each of them will send one unit forward and be like, all right.
This is my champion.
We will decide the entire game based on these
Protoss
two
units. Are twice as expensive as most other units. But yeah, Widowmine gets probe.
Yeah, nicely done. I think trying to activate that intentionally sent the probe out there.
Yeah.
To make sure it didn't interfere with the battle. Maybe a bit premature, but being safe is not going to hurt you too badly in this scenario. The problem, though, is the gold base has really kicked in for Spectre here. 104 army supply to 87 right now.
Yeah, and he's starting to pump out those Liberators that gave desRow so much trouble in the previous games. And I mean, once more, it just doesn't look like desRow is going to have any super good answer for them. He's going to have a few Blink Stalkers, but once you get up to that very, very high Liberator count and they've got that range, you actually start getting into positions where you have to take Liberator shots before you even get in range to blink under them. And yeah, then you're just taking 1 or 2 hits, you blink, you take more and more hits, and if the Bioball comes in and is sitting nice and safe underneath the Liberators as well, then your Stalkers are going to die really fast.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw desRow struggling with that earlier on in the series. Ooh, bit of a conga line moving into this force. Gonna try to get out of there. Nice. Ooh, nicely done there. Just preempting the, okay, this is where you lift and this is where I focus your medevac and you die. Yeah. Excellently done. Puts a little, takes a bite out of Spectre, but Spectre is still quite strong. Large unit moving across the middle of the map, and the question is, desRow going for the base race? Looks like no. Going to pull back and try and defend this. Leading with this full energy High Templar. Going to get some storms down. Ooh, nice. Some very nice storms. Covering a lot of these units here.
Even some of those Widow Mines on very, very low health. A couple Stalkers blink forwards aren't really able to find too much. Most of them do get taken out, and the medevacs get to work healing this up. With only 3 medevacs, it's going to take a while. One of the disadvantages of going for that many Liberators is obviously it takes up that cycle time on your
You've got DTs warping in here. They're moving into the center left base right now. There is a single turret. Will it be enough? Very likely so. They are charging for it, and oh my god, they're going to just barely defend. Nice job.
That's a pretty big investment.
Yeah.
5 DTs.
Yeah, that was 5 DTs. That was pretty huge. And going to be taking a bit of a engagement over here. Going to take a bunch of free shots from the Widow Mines and the Liberators. Not a good situation for desRow. desRow's in trouble here. Falling behind.
I mean, again, he seems to be doing pretty well in the engagements, and then the Liberators finish sieging up, and he just has to back out. And while backing out, he takes 1 or 2 extra Liberator hits, and they pick off a couple of units. But he's going to go for this base here.
These Colossus are out of position. First one gets targeted down. Saved by a storm. Nicely done. Very excellent. Takes out the base and is going to exit stage left. Fantastico. Looking good. Double Robo Colossus. And we do have the wonderful fusion core coming out from Spectre. And you think, oh, battle cruisers? No, no, no. Ranged Liberators. Why would you have a battle cruiser when you could have a ranged Liberator? It has that super duper range. Committing over here to a gateway and a pylon on the left side for quick warp-ins.
Spectre's starport count is insane at the minute. He's on 4 right now. One of those will have a tech lab on it to research Liberator range, but still that's a big, big commitment. And bit of engagement coming down right now. Storm going to come in from both sides. Big, big storms, and Sex just running back and forth through them. And it looks like desRow is going to take the game. Wow.
Yeah, that entire engagement.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Dusk Towers. Map 2 of the final set of the night. Up here in the top. Aiming to start his comeback. The purple Terran player. He is.
Dust Gaming, Spectre. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom left position of Dusk Towers, it's the Panda Protoss. Panda Gaming, desRow.
And this was the first map they played in their first series, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Yeah. desRow managed to put up a pretty good showing here, but it wasn't good enough. Gonna have to just turn it up to 11, like he did in that last game.
You know, why doesn't he just make 10 stronger though? He could just make 10 stronger. And you could
but it could go to 11.
That's a good point. I never thought of it that way.
11's bigger than 10. Like most people's scales only go to 10, but desRow's goes to 11.
Yeah. It's one higher, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's one higher. Oh man. So, a little bit of Spinal Tap for those of you unfamiliar. Go ahead and look it up. It's really hilarious.
Great movie. Documentary.
Absolutely. Documentary. All true.
100%.
Yep. About an unknown band called Spinal Tap. Not a lot of people knew that. But in any case, do have the usual, comfy desRow safe build. Feeling good, doing his thing. Likely see a Robo and a Twilight out of him. Oftentimes likes those Robos and Twilight. There's the 100 gas. There's the Robo. Perfect scout for the Reaper. He's like, and you will build it now. Yes, very good. Okay, Robo. All is the same.
Yeah, it's interesting. desRow has been very, very consistent in pretty much all his games. I think he did a slight deviation in game 1 or game 2 of their first series. I don't remember exactly which, but so other than that, yeah, he's just been like Robo, Twilight, Blinkstalkers, bunch of Observers, few Immortals, and then into a bunch of High Templar and eventually double Robo Colossi. So
yeah, but I mean, he's gone into a triple Rax here after the expansion, so he's gonna have quite a few forces over here. Getting a Tech Lab as well. I wonder if we won't have some kind of really weird stim timing. I don't know. It's he's gonna have +1 pretty early. He's getting stim right away. There's no factory in sight. Maybe he may be building it right now.
Yeah, I mean, with the second gas, he's going to have something other than just barracks units he's committing to. There's the factory.
There it is. He's built up a lot of units pretty early in the game, though. Be very surprised if he doesn't make a move out soon.
Yeah,
you do have Blink on the way.
Maybe he just wants to actually like completely crush desRow's first move out with Blinkstalkers and then try and take the game from there. It's going to be difficult to do. It's hard to catch Blinkstalkers. They can teleport,
They can't. I learned that once in StarCraft school. They said Blink stalkers can teleport. You might even say they blink from one location to the next. It's incredible.
In the blink of an eye.
Yeah. It's like, bam, just like that. They're in a new location. Observer coming across, and he's going to see, 3 Marines. Nothing yet. Ooh, and then that Marine count starts to get higher, and you're like, whoa, what's going on over here? Starport as well as Reactor right next to it, so... yeah, we might have a nice little stim move out. A couple of medevacs.
Yeah.
Looks like desRow's got a nice little defensive setup over here at his base. Pylons coming in, starting to warp in units as well. Third base far ahead of his opponent, so he is the defender in this scenario. If he can hold on, he will have that long-term economic lead.
Pretty good map to do it on Dust Towers as well. You got that ramp up into your third base.
Yeah.
And save any drops or shenaniganry by the Terran. You just really have to defend that one point. It's a pretty wide point, but hey, couple of pylons, couple of folk Nova charges, and should be no problem.
Yep, so far he's only got 1 pylon in this location. It's such a weird thing to get used to saying. It's like, oh yeah, he'll have a hard time defending. He doesn't have enough pylons in the front. But that is the wild world of StarCraft. Even the pylons get scary. It's a jungle out there, so be careful.
Everything's scary. Probes with the OP lightning.
Yep.
SCVs literally have fusion drills.
That's intense, cutters. Man. Fusion cutters. Like, the way that they work is via nuclear fusion. That's amazing.
Yeah, you don't want to get fused.
No.
It's painful.
No, all your atoms get fused together. All of a sudden, you're made up of half the atoms you're used to. They fuse you again, then you're only a quarter size. What happens then? How is your liver supposed to function at that kind of molecular capacity?
Poorly.
I don't know. Very poorly. You get jaundice, skin starts turning yellow, it's awful. We have a big concave come in over here. A couple of pylons get overloaded. We have this stim timing attack over here, getting a lot of kills, running out of units though. Storm is gonna be a big deal here. Nicely done. That was a huge hit on the Storm. And desRow. Excellent. I mean, gets that Storm off, gets the energy in time, just in time to defend that. But I mean, even without the Storm, though, he was looking pretty good on that defense.
Okay. He was looking all right. But, yeah, I mean, if Spectre had hit just a couple of seconds earlier, 10 or 20 seconds earlier, and Storm wasn't away, managed to snipe off those High Templar, then desRow would have been in a bit of a pickle. Right now, Liberator comes in for a bit of support, but desRow doesn't really have to go into that zone. You can kind of allow these pylons to fall. It would have been nice if both Nova charged them.
Ooh, nice focus there on the medevac. Excellently done. This other medevac has like no energy left. Gonna start moving these units up. Oh, blinks forward and pulls back right away. Not fast enough of a reaction. The bio of Spectre didn't attack quite right away, unfortunately. And just this is an excellent defense of desRow here. Oh, what an amazing storm. Even going to take out the Liberator. What a play. This is desRow's victory to lose here. He's so far ahead.
Yeah,
fantastic.
He's a little behind though, isn't Army supply? Ah, there's the warping. He was starting to dwindle away those gateway units a bit. Fighting the
man.
Oh, a very nice blink force.
Oh, that storm! Oh my god, that storm!
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh my god, GG, that's it. desRow moves on to the next round. Spectre there was thinking for a sec. He's like, all right, I know I'm behind, but I'm going to build a command center. He starts to build a command center.